So a very special parcel has finally arrived. Look at that! Be still, my beating heart. It's one thing to see it online. It's a whole other thing to see it right here in front of you. So as you know from the title, this is none other than Nerdy Crafter's snack box. Or should I say, super not another crap kit. How am I going to get it out? Ooh, holy shit. It's huge. Oh god, that's heavy. Ooh, look at that chunky boy. It's a stoinker. I thought it was big last time. This is even heftier. Nerdy Crafter and Smart Art. Gonna share this with you. Super not another crap kit. Awesome instructions like last time. Full colour. Let's have a look. Muse kits. Okay. Ooh, I see some familiar stuff in here. Different colours this time. Jackie, if there's one thing that's wrong with this, it's too big. I need a bigger desk. Very cool collapsible bowl. Precision fly swatter. Like last time, nice little funnel. Elastic bands for holding the mould together. Pop sticks for stirring. Ooh, I think this might be my favourite sticker by Jackie so far. Your brain, my brain. Now this is something that wasn't in the kit last time and I'm super excited about these. How do you open? Oh, that was easy. They're so pretty. They are little clay tools. I haven't got these yet. Can't wait to use that. Nail files? We didn't get a nail file last time. This looks like the same set of brushes we got last time. I loved them then, so I'm really glad to be getting them again. Armature wire. Ooh, exciting stuff. Clay tool. Palette, permastone, measuring cup. Another sharp pointy thing, which this time it comes with replacement blades. That's cool because the last sharp pointy thing I got, I might have been a bit rough with it and it might be just slightly bent. So this is cool. There's so much more stuff in here. Have a silicone mold for wings. I believe this one is a circle mold for a base. Cake stand. Well, it's not a cake stand. I've actually been using a cake stand as a turntable, so I'm happy to be having this one. This time we get cosplay. This is something else I've really been wanting to try. The mold. Oh, probably shouldn't be using my teeth. It's a 4-legged creature base for a dragon or a horse or whatever. We've got some oven cure adhesive for cosplay. Chalk acrylic by Deco Art. So you have to put this paint down before you use the airbrush. This is something else I really wanted to get. And thank you, Jackie, because I made a bet with my husband because he knows I wanted to get a little airbrush. When I told my husband that Jackie was including an airbrush kit in her box, he's like,
oh, well, it's only going to be the gun. There's no way it's going to have the compressor in there.
I said, no, it's the whole thing. It's all in one system. He's like,
no, it's not. For the price you're paying, you can't get it. Rah, rah, rah.
I said, I bet you $100 Jackie will include everything you need. Husband owes me $100. Thanks, Jackie. Airbrush paint set, so the paint's ready to go, I do believe. And the last thing, a ginormous silicone mat to work on so you don't get spills and stuff everywhere. Woo-wee! That's a lot of stuff. So seriously, Jackie, how did you do this again? How did you outdo yourself from last time? I thought that kit was amazing and I'm still going to give an honest review on it, but that is a lot of stuff. Somewhat overwhelming, but I'm very excited to be making myself a dragon. Yes, I'm going to be using the kit to make a dragon, and I'm going to go along the theme of a series. I did start with the last kit of Jackie's, turning YouTubers into characters. The first one I did was Jackie herself, There's my little nerdy crafter. Then I went on to make Graveyard Loon into one as well. There he is. And for this series, I try and turn YouTubers into a cartoon character or a computer game type character. So when this arrived, Moriah Elizabeth has actually already been turned into a computer game. Dragon City, I'll pop up on the screen now. So I thought that's actually kind of perfect because this is a dragon kit. Moriah Elizabeth was turned into a dragon on a video game. Anyway, waffle time's over. I better get started on this. Step 1, make sure you've got all your stuff. Yep, I think I'm prepared. Step 2, prepare your creature. Now it actually already came lucky banded up, so now I'm just going to add the extra lucky bands. Do you say lucky bands or elastic bands? I say lucky. One around the middle, around your butt, around your neck, this way, another one on around the middle. I reckon that's got it. We're all bondaged up. 200ml of plaster. Don't bang it, just tilt it. Close enough's good enough. Into the bowl. Provided, of course. We switch from mil to ounces. 3 ounces of water. Okay, now I've got to be prepared to work fast after I add the water. So I'm just going to mentally prepare myself. This one. Pour. Tilt. Tilt. Pour. Stop dicking about. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Mush and stir. Now, you don't shove it in the hole. We hover it above the hole. That's so wrong. Okay. We pour halfway. Whoop. It's butt's leak. Abort, abort. I'm just going to put a little bit of a butt thing on just to stop it leaking out its butt. Alright, there we go. Nearly to the top. Its butt's still leaking. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're at the top. Now, at this stage, you can make the wings. I actually want to do my wings out of polymer clay. Place your bets. Did I bugger it up or did it work? I reckon I buggered it up. It's the next day. I've made a bit of a boo-boo. I did not take the side parts of the mould off after an hour, so the whole thing's been in here sweating away. So I reckon I've buggered it up. But we'll see. Oh no! It's got half a head. Oops. Alright, let's do the other side and see what damage I've done on there. Nothing I can't work with, I'm sure. Now this is the bit where we have to really go carefully. And this is where we can lose some legs as well as its head. So you can see I'm just making very slow progress. Oh, damn it. Surprise, surprise. I pulled its leg off. I could make a whole nother one of these, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna change you guys into top-down view and we'll get cracking on this thing. So first I'm gonna fix this leg my way, and that's by using Araldite. It's a 2-part adhesive that is easy to use and set strong. While that dries, I'll make some wings by just pressing and rolling the clay into the mould, scraping away the excess and adding some modifications to try and make them look more like the wings in the picture. Next up, I need to get a good layer of clay onto the figurine. So I use the adhesive to coat the horse, plus put some on the clay strips, and then bit by bit press it onto the figure and smooth it out. Now you have probably noticed that the Moriah Elizabeth dragon from Dragon City has a different body shape and stance than this figurine. So I'm not going to get it exact, but I can make it look somewhat like it. And the Dragon City one is quite curvaceous, so I do try and get this one looking a little more curvy by adding some clay to the undercarriage, hindquarters and booty area. Another thing I have to keep in mind is this is a dragon wearing a Pickle onesie, Pickle being a dinosaur character that Moriah Elizabeth created. So for the front legs, I need to create dragon claws sticking out of the onesie. As for the back claws, they will be concealed by the booties of the Pickle onesie. For the raised leg, I'm going to have a paintbrush shoved in the claw, so I need to curve the claw finger things to look like it's holding onto it, which is a little bit tricky, but I think I pulled it off. On to the tail, and I made it a bit long to start with, but when I reference back to the Dragon City image, I realise it's shorter and chunkier, so I cut it down with scissors and bulk it out. Plus, I try and get it sticking up more rather than hanging down. When it was time to attach the wings, I had to find the holes I'd covered up, and the first side I got straight away, but the second side took quite a few stabs to find. Then I stuck the wire into the wings, covered the exposed wire with clay, and attached them on with a nice fat sausage of clay. I also realised if this is a dragon wearing a dinosaur onesie, the wings would be poking through holes in the onesie, so I added pieces of clay for the fabric edge around the wings. With the body baked and saved in the oven, I can safely work on the head. After popping down a nice base layer, I bulk out the jawline and map out the mouth and eyes. Then I make myself some nice little sausages of clay, flatten them out a bit, and attach them around the face for the hair that will be showing beneath the hood of the onesie. More giant sausages help shape out the hood and nose area of Pickle. I'm really loving the tools that have been supplied in the kit for smoothing and shaping. I don't mind the clay, it can get a little bit gooey and soft if you add too much of the adhesive, but if you just leave it for a bit it does dry out. For the eyes, I actually used the eye mould from the last kit and some polymer clay. I pressed the clay into the mould, popped that all into the freezer so that when I demoulded it didn't lose its shape. Then I baked them and cut them down to size. Then using the blunt end of my sharp pointy thing, I made some eye sockets and popped them in, and added fine pieces of clay to get a more Moriah shape happening. Final details include Pickle spikes along the back of the onesie, a pair of horns poking through the top of the hood, some teeth for Pickle, and finally little fangs for the dragon. With the final bake done, I have no cracks or pieces breaking off whatsoever. I'm a huge fan of this clay. Time to paint this dragon, and I'm so excited to be using the spray gun. It's so easy to set up, and I fashioned a spray booth out of the box the kit came in. With 3 coats of the primer paint down, I bust into these airgun paints and mix up the best Pickle green I can manage and start spraying away. In my excitement, I forgot to hit record. I'm trying to lay down very thin coats of paint, and while this spray gun is super easy to use, I've never painted this way before, so my confidence is pretty low. And by the end of the green base coat, I thought it was actually looking really awful. So I go in and paint over the whole thing with a brush and some matte acrylic, which looking back now while I'm editing, I totally regret. That green spray coat looked okay and gave it real depth. But oh well, it's just a lack of confidence on my part. I'll master the art of spraying with the spray gun another day. I referenced the original Moriah Elizabeth dragon from Dragon City and give her a yellow belly, dark hair, two-tone light purple dragon skin, dark green for the wings, spikes and toes, and purple for the tail tip, plus some other details to bring it all together. All that's left to do is make a base that has a bit of Moriah flavour injected into it, with the use of pastel rainbows of course, plus a little pickle sidekick. So for this, let's cue the final details montage. Here it is in all its glory, my little Moriah Elizabeth dragon inspired by the character from Dragon City. I'm decently happy with the final result. And as for the Super Not Another Crap kit, there is no way I could have done this without it. So thank you Jackie, aka Nerdy Crafter, for creating another bloody awesome kit. I do believe at the time of posting this video, the kits are still available for sale. So if you're debating if this kit is for you, if the stuff in it is really worth the price tag, I would say without any hesitation, yes, it's totally worth it. Whether you're a noob who wants to try out sculpting for the first time, this kit is for you. Or if you're like me and not an expert but looking to up your skills and increase your kit, this is for you too. Well, that's all from me. Catch you next time.